The first time I went to meet investors, the questions I was being asked, I have no idea what they were talking about. I had no idea what they were talking about. So it was pretty disaster.
In Asia, it tends to be quite top-down, whereas in Silicon Valley, it's a lot of bottom-up. However, I think a lot of these Western decision-making framework is now being brought in, and that's the first thing I've done here when we first joined Freed Group.
I'm Canadian, so my family lives in Toronto. And then I studied in Switzerland, US, and UK. Canada was getting boring, so I decided to try something new. So I came to Hong Kong in 2012 for a job. Why I started the business? Good question. I guess I was bored with my old job. So that's why I want to try something new. 2012, or actually, if you look back 5-7 years ago, everybody's trying to do a startup. The business is going strong. Everybody's trying to make something to the market. They believe they have great ideas. They can actually contribute or change the world one customer at a time. To be honest, in the beginning, we didn't think how far we can go. We didn't know anything about doing startup. We didn't know where to find investors. We did not know what it takes to actually set up a company and talk to people to work with you.
I'm coming from Beijing area, and after my study in mainland China, I went to France to continue my master degree. AI is the future of one of the future in the startup industry. So that is the main reason I joined Freed Group in 2017.
Well, actually, I asked him to join us in Shanghai. Back then, we didn't have anybody in Shanghai, and we wanted to do something in China market. So he was the person who opened up the whole thing. So when he first joined us in the beginning, we didn't have office, we didn't have anybody. So he was the poor guy. He was sitting at a desk at a very corner of a co-working space. So that's how everything started.
At the first beginning, when we founded Freed Group, we were focusing on the traveling industry. We started from the traveling industry. We need very powerful technology, especially the AI-based like machine learning, the big data, and so on. Such new technology to power the traveling industry and e-commerce industry, to transform them from the traditional way of operation to more efficient way of operation.
Compared to like 5 to 10 years ago, basically travel became a lot easier. Now you decide to go somewhere that you never knew, you find all this information, and you can purchase all these things easily. But how much easy, that is a question, right?
So AI is something being widely used in different industry, different markets, different use cases. So in our case, the Harmony value management system. And then we find our ways to gather more data, and then to actually analyze or process data in a very different way. So that's one of the core features of Harmony, and also what we call the AI processing and recommendation engine.
How we want to build our travel tech with using Harmony is, once you buy your flight ticket, we already know your destination. Then hotels, local transportation, and all these local lifestyle and also shoppings are connected. These are all like data driven and the machine learning based, so like all the recommendations and transaction experience are like more smooth and faster. So that's what we are trying to do. As a tech person, like learning about this technology or using this technology, it will become a principle or fundamental things that you have to get. And the internet just got open to the public. People probably got worried about, it will replace a lot of my jobs, right? But everyone's using internet and they have access to all this data. When Microsoft Office, Word, Excel was open to the public, it was the same, right? And people were worrying about, what if it replaced my job for something like calculating or whatever. So I think learning things, learning new technology is important. It will help you, and I definitely suggest to do it. It's not about replacing you, but we are learning together and we are inventing even greater things together.
Actually, I know Hong Kong, from the TV film. After I joined the 3D group, I traveled very frequently between mainland and Hong Kong, and from then I discovered the true Hong Kong.
I arrived to Hong Kong and stayed here about 2 years. I lived in Kennedy Town, I think Yamate, Jordan, Wongko. I loved it. It was challenging in the beginning because things are quite expensive here, but interesting time.